Hey everyone, I'm Carolyn. Welcome back to another episode of As I See It. If you clicked on this thumbnail because you saw my face, just know this is not about RV life. This is my political channel called As I See It. And if you like my content here, I hope you'll stick around and subscribe, hit the thumbs up. I started really diving into Project 2025 last night. I have been wanting to read the whole thing, and it actually goes pretty fast once you start. I've read excerpts here and there. I've done some fact checking, but whenever I see something, I'm like, that can't be right, and I'll go and I'll find the page and I'll fact check it. But I haven't really, and then I read excerpts of it, but I haven't really made a decision to sit down and read front to back. So let me tell you what really stood out to me when I was reading last night. First of all, I put this on Threads. It really, I needed a shower afterwards. It really felt like word porn for a disgruntled, angry, cis, straight, white Christian man. The verbiage in it, the terminology, it's toxic and disgusting. I can't believe this is like a formal government document to reform the government. It's full of adjectives, wokeism, and I've been taking notes, and I'm going to call out specific language later. But I've been traveling today, and this has been on my mind, and I really want to share it with you because I think this is a really important point. One of the things that stood out to me in the reading, and I've gotten through, I read pages 1 through 60 last night. And what I kept seeing is terminology saying we need to rescue the children. Rescue children over and over and over and over and over again. We need to rescue our children. We need to rescue our children from the woke liberal agenda. We need to rescue our children from the woke liberal institutions of higher learning. We need to rescue our children from LGBTQ and trans and all this toxic, telling them that they need to change their genders. Again, it really is porn for a really ignorant white man who doesn't bother to talk to people to understand things. It's like vomiting Fox News. It's disgusting. And libraries and books, and they literally are going to put librarians in jail for supplying people with porn. And you know where that's going. The same place the banned book's going. They're going to call any book about LGBTQ or any... Remember My Body, Ourselves? I gave a copy of that to my stepdaughter when she turned 13. They're probably going to call that porn. Anything that they think is not godly or Christian-like or anything that goes against what they think... there's so much there. Have any of you read it? There's so much there. But this whole... rescuing the children. What does that remind you of? I'm wondering, what does it remind you of? Save the babies. This whole Christian thing that started after Roe v. Wade became law of the land, which the whole other thing I've been wanting to make a video about. I might need you to switch channels. Maybe just make political videos from now on and take a break from RV videos because they take a lot of time. The whole save the babies, save the unborn babies. Oh my God, they're murdering unborn babies. And what about the unborn and the woke, liberals? They want to murder the babies, murdering the babies, and we need to save the babies. And that's how they got so many Christians on board. Shore up churches at a time that churches weren't very popular because it was really the whole anti-abortion thing, I'll go into this a little bit here, wasn't about saving the babies. It was about they were threatened with being taxed if they wouldn't support integration. And they knew they couldn't propagandize. They knew that they couldn't get popular by telling people, yeah, we need you to come to our churches and we need more money and we need more political power so that we can uphold segregation. And they tried a bunch of different messages on their people, on their churchgoers. And you know what stuck? You know what really resonated with them? Saving the babies. And I'm not going to go into the whole story, but that's just the gist of it. In order to save their tax-exempt status, They decided to get a whole bunch of political power, and in order to get all that political power, they needed a whole bunch of people, whole bunch of voters, and they used babies. They used fetuses. They used fetuses. They brainwashed Christians into believing that liberals were killing babies, and they brought them all into the church, told them to vote to save the babies, when it was really about the church maintaining their power. They're maintaining their tax-exempt status. And when they maintained their political power, it helped them. It just helped them. Again, I'm kind of bastardizing the whole story right now. I will make a video about it in the future, but that's the gist of it. They wanted to avoid having to integrate and not losing their tax-exempt status, and so they tried a bunch of messages on their people, and of course, saving the babies. I mean, that's like saying, save the puppies, right? I mean, if we're going to murder puppies. That's like really literally saying the left is murdering puppies, and you need to come and join the church if you want to be against murdering puppies. And that's what they did. And this is what scares me. They started 50 years ago by harnessing all this political power of Christian evangelicals by saying you need to vote, you need to become politically active, you need to run for office, you need to get on the courts in order to save the babies. And now what Project 2025 is doing is the same thing, only saying we need to rescue. They've already taken away Roe, right? So what we've all been asking, now that the Supreme Court has taken away a woman's right to choose, what do they have next? What do they have next for their political power? What do they have to hold Christians in? Now that they succeeded at that, how are they going to hold on to this Christian voting population, these Christian evangelicals? And what they're going to do is they're going to say, we need to rescue the children. That worries me, because again, it's like save the puppies. Who doesn't want to rescue children, right? Who doesn't want to prevent babies from being murdered? And again, nobody's murdering babies. It's ridiculous, but they used you. If you're an evangelical Christian watching this, they used you for money, for political power, and political gain, all because they didn't want to allow other people, people who didn't look like them, into their churches. And they're going to do the same with the whole rescue the children. We need to rescue the children from the woke mob. We need to rescue children from drag queens who, heaven forbid, might read them a story in a freaking costume. There's nothing sexual, by the way, about a drag queen. You are the one who is sexualizing drag queens because you sexualize women, because you sexualize us with makeup and crazy hair and high heels and tight clothes. And so when a drag queen puts those things on, you are automatically sexualizing them because that's what you do to women. It's not about sex. It's about expression. And so Project 2025 is warning people like me, liberals who just want people to be able to live free. I just want a gay couple to be able to be parents. I just want a trans teenager who is feeling like they might want to unalive themselves, who is feeling alone. I want them to have resources. I want them to be able to read a book so that they don't feel so alone. This isn't going to go away because you take away the tools to help people. Trans isn't going to go away if you pretend it doesn't exist. Gay isn't going to go away if you pretend it doesn't exist. You literally want to put everybody back in the closet. And do you know what that does to kids? You want to talk about rescuing kids? They want to rescue kids from learning, from education. They're going to do away with race study. They're going to do away, not even like critical race theory. They don't want to teach any version of slavery. Oh my God, what did they say? The Americans and Americans alone denounced slavery. Yeah. That when we were built on denouncing, I mean, it's disgusting. You got to read it, even if you just read the first 50 pages. So I want to leave you with that. And if you are a Christian or an evangelical who still goes to the church, your children don't need to be rescued. Our children don't need to be rescued. The language in Project 2025, again, is dividing us. There is no gray area. It's we good, they bad. We devout, they evil. We godly, they Satan. That's not how it is. I was a teenager who was dealing with my trauma of abuse and things like that. I felt so alone. So much of my life. I had nobody to talk to, and I wasn't even going through like a trans thing or a gay thing. I was just alone, abandoned, neglected. I don't ever want another child to feel alone like that. I can't imagine what a gay kid my age back then was going through, or a trans kid. Why? Why, if you are truly a Christian and you truly care about kids, why would you want to take away any resources to help them? Nobody is convincing anybody to be gay. Nobody is convincing anybody to be trans. Do you know how hard it is in this day and age? And you're not going to pray it away. So this language about rescuing, it's not even saving. We need to rescue our kids from the crazy, radical, woke leftists. That's what Project 2025 is saying. That's dangerous. Because you know, when you start talking about saving the babies and rescuing the baby and rescuing kids, things can get violent. And that's what they're trying to do. That's what they want. It's about power and control. That's how I see it. Let me know how you see it. Leave your thoughts below. And let me know if you've read Project 2025. I've got more. Boy, do I have more. See you next time.